entered into Tony Tone's world. The Tony Tone's world.
What's up, dude? How's it going?
It's going great, buddy. It's going real good right now.
Oh yeah.
Going real good over here.
Okay.
Next week, I know you don't drink, but next week, if the Bears come out with this victory, I'm gonna need you to sip on a little, something. A little, maybe a Modelo or something, maybe just a little
Let's see.
cheers, because I know we all know your second team right now is the LA Rams. All right, and I already know I've already prepped myself mentally for your obnoxious, your no, actually, that's not the right. Your just your outlandish take that you're gonna give me.
Oh, okay.
All right, so we'll get right into it, dude. This past weekend was a great weekend for football. Even the dud of the Steelers. Well, the Steelers Texans game was a dud up until the very end. I mean, it was going back and forth, right? I mean, I don't know how you feel about CJ Stroud going into this next week. No Nico Collins. He's in a concussion protocol. Tomlin's out. He stepped down as a Steelers coach, which was pretty honorable of him, you know. But I think maybe Rodgers, it might have been his last game.
Oh
But
yeah.
I mean, the offense for the Steelers just couldn't get nothing going. Granted, the Texans defense looked pretty freaking good, but I don't know how you can go be comfortable with CJ Stroud going into next week, even if he had Nico Collins.
You know, you're lucky. We've been doing this for a while, and I am used to you going on tangents and kind of getting lost in your thoughts sometimes. Because you start out with the Bears and the Rams, and you pivoted so fast to the Texans Steelers out of nowhere. Like you almost threw me off, but I'm just used to you doing shit like that. Um, but yeah, I mean, if we're jumping into that game first, 100%.
We'll leave the Bears for last.
Well, typically you can't hold back your excitement that it's all over your face right now. You look like a kid in a candy store waiting to just explode with your happiness.
Look, I'll show you this picture. You may not be able to see it, but it's a picture of my Outlook at work and my notepad of me just taking down notes while I was at work earlier this week.
So unfortunately I can't see it, but I'll take your word for it because I think we were both kind of it's funny because I find myself, and again this is a little bit off tangents here, right? I find myself now that we've been doing this consistently, right? But I find myself like, not that I want to take tips or ideas or anything from other people's pods, but I find myself more interested in certain podcasts just to see how things flow on other people's, and just kind of see the different things that they talk about and how the conversations go. Not that I would ever like adjust how we do things, because I think it's authentically us, the way we talk and we go back and forth. But yeah, like I find myself seeing things like that and hearing things they talk about. I'm like, oh, dude, I would love to talk about that with Tony or different things. So I mean, obviously, I've been kind of sending you different things of ideas of stuff that we could banter on back and forth, just in like talking points. Which obviously we can't remember everything, so it helps us a little bit. So it's kind of fun in that way, right?
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, especially throughout the week, like the actual NFL season, it's so hard to like keep track of every single thing that you have to send each other notes or make or write down notes or take a picture of something and just kind of remember it.
Yeah.
But yeah, for sure.
But yeah,
No,
I mean,
yeah,
getting into that game with the Texans Steelers, that was a pretty dud of a game. I'll be honest. I think the the Texans would have blown them out by way more points than they even did. But CJ Stroud definitely looked. I'm going to use the word timid. He looked timid in the first half. He looked I don't want to say nervous, but he wasn't playing CJ Stroud ball. He just looked out of sorts, and like some of his passes reflected that. Obviously, he threw 2 interceptions, I think it was. And honestly, quite frankly, he let the Steelers feel like they were in the game when they never even should have been anywhere near in that game, because the Texans defense, I mean, let's be honest, that defense is fucking real. Like, they are such a fast, dominant defense that just rallied to the ball. And as good as Aaron Rodgers is and understands what defenses are trying to do, he couldn't do a goddamn thing against them. They literally shut him down.
Yeah. Yeah, it was I mean, they at the end. I mean, you saw Mason Rudolph come in. That's his name, right? Mason Rudolph.
Yeah, I mean, the
But
game was
that was
over.
like, yeah, game was over. But still, it was like, man, they couldn't do shit. I mean, what was it? He got pick six, like at the end of their side of the field. It was literally pretty close up until the turnover started happening.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think the whole Mike Tomlin situation, though, I think they haven't won a game in like the last 7 years there.
9.
Him 9 years.
No playoff win in the last like 9 years.
That's
I mean,
crazy.
they've been in really lost. They've been lost since like the last few years of Roethlisberger, to be honest. Like, since he's been gone, his last few years weren't great, and then since he's been gone, they tried to go get what I think his name was Kenny Pickett. He didn't really do well for them when they drafted him high. They went and got Russell Wilson,
Justin
Fields, now Rodgers. Like, they've been in this slow downward spiral, and I feel like this year was their last like hurrah of chance of doing something, going and getting Rodgers. Thinking maybe, oh, let's get the vet. But obviously Rodgers isn't Rodgers of old, so it's not really the same. And you know, it almost makes sense why Tomlin steps down. I mean, obviously he's going to be a coveted head coach for any team right now, because he is a very good head coach. But at a certain point, when you're that consistently not doing well, something has to change.
Yeah.
And they're obviously technically they're going to be rebuilding. They really need to rebuild.
They got a lot of assets. I mean, older guys that could be traded away for some picks, some money. So yeah.
And with the rebuild, it just makes sense. Like, you know what? Tomlin's probably not their guy to rebuild and start fresh with this team. They need to kind of make a regime change, and that's what's going to happen. And instead of getting fired and going out admirably as a head coach like he is, he steps down. You know, granted, we don't know if it was discussed beforehand and they said, look, I either fire you or you step down, and that's going to be our respectful MO of like, hey, we'll let you say you went out on your own. Regardless, classy, you know what I mean? Like, he's a great coach. Supposedly, he's saying he's not going to coach in 26, but who the hell knows? You know, if he finds the right spot. It's funny, I saw them interviewing the Ravens head coach, and we had talked about this, like, if it was a possibility. Or not the Ravens head coach, the owner. And it was like, how funny would it be if they took Tomlin and then Harbaugh went to the Steelers? Like, the possibility of that would be just, I mean, would be ridiculous if they did something like that.
I think the owner came out and said that after, like, I guess Tomlin had made some gestures or something like that after winning against the Ravens, that the owner was like, no, that's not going to happen. Like, that'd be like the last person that's going to be hired. But it would be crazy to, you know, switch coaches, and then you're like, you basically know the whole, you know, offensive scheme, defense. Yeah. They have to change everything up, basically.
Yeah. I mean, it's been your nemesis for how long? For almost 20 years? And like, come on, you just can't do that. It doesn't, it'd be a funny ass story, but logistically, like, no, that's just not smart. You don't do that.
Yeah, no. You know, again, if he's not actually going to coach, I mean, then, you know, take the year off, do some TV. But I mean, there's some pretty good opportunities out there if he really wanted to do it, or even just be an offensive coordinator too, as well.
Yeah, or the way you could look at it is maybe he's not a big fan of any of the teams that are out there, and that's why he's saying it's going to take a year. But the truth is because he's actually, the other part is the Steelers technically own his rights.
And they're paying him still.
Right, because he's retiring or leaving, stepping down 2 years early. So technically, he can't go anywhere without that team paying the Steelers or some type of agreement.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why the story is he's taking 26 off. Who knows? Either way, people are going to be going after him. Hell, I hope he does take 26 off. And I hope that we fire Schottenheimer next year at the Cowboys and we can go get Tomlin next year, brother. Like, fuck it. Hey, a Cowboy fan can dream, right? Let me go get that guy because he's a beast.
Keep on dreaming, brother. Keep on dreaming.
Hey, you say I'm dreaming, but you'd be mad if we got him. You'd be like, oh, he went and got a good cut.
Won't matter to us. Won't matter to us. We're on the top of the league now, baby. We're on the top of the league. All right, you can't keep giving us this slander when we're in the playoffs now.
Listen. I'll slander the Bears till the end of time simply because you're a fan of them. Because you're a fan. It's not even I'm a hater of them. It's just you're a fan of them. So
you're a hater. You're a hater of my team and my peoples. You're just a straight hater.
Not your peoples. Just the fact that you're a fan.
No, but overall, like CJ Stroud's play, I can't. Even if you're like in a pick'em or like you're betting against the spread or whatever it is. What is the spread right now? Actually, let me see. It is New England minus 2.5. I'm taking New England all day.
So I get that, right? I get that, but at the same time, I mean, the same could be said for a few other quarterbacks, can it not?
I mean, it could be. That's the crazy part of this playoffs. It could be said about everybody this year.
Well, that's what I mean. So you're slandering Stroud because he didn't play well the first half.
I'm just telling. He didn't do shit the whole game. It was the defense that did everything for him.
I mean, he did okay. Their run game was going. He did.
He had a run game. That's about it. He had one TD, one interception. He made some pretty
good passes here and there. Yes, he didn't do fantastic, but don't slander the man because of There's a lot of people who didn't play great for 3 quarters and decided to play well in the fourth.
The kicker did better than CJ Stroud this past week.
Yeah, all right, the kicker can't kick unless they get it into position.
Kicker did well. The defense got into position for him. Pause. I mean, in the fourth quarter, they got a fumble for a touchdown. They got another fumble for a touchdown, and they got an interception for a touchdown. I mean, Stroud didn't do. They could have put the backup in. Who's the backup? Case Keenum?
I don't know who the backup is, actually.
I don't know why I thought of Case Keenum. I feel like Case Keenum was on that team at one point.
I don't know. You be pulling names out of your ass sometimes. I don't even know. Any old school player, for some reason, I don't understand it. Tony knows players from like 10, 15 years ago, but he doesn't know current players sometimes. It's actually wild.
It's Davis Mills. Who that is, I have no idea.
Some white guy.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it is some white guy.
No, I know who it is. It's some white guy.
Okay.
He's been the backup for a while, actually.
Let's go to the first game, I guess. Rams and Pan. No, you know what? Fuck this. We're going to the Bears. Bears Packers. All right. We started off slow. Ben Johnson got a little too cutesy in the play call in the first half. Started off very slow. Let me just read these notes off because I jotted them down. First quarter, our run game was looking good. We came out, we went down the field, marched down for 3 points, right? And then after that, our defense was not able to. They came out pretty fast, and they were able to march down the field pretty quickly. For basically that last to the first quarter to the second quarter, they were able to do whatever they wanted to us, really, basically. They did miss a couple field goals in this past game, which were fucking crucial to the game at the end of the game, right? Look, just go like this for me. Just give me a little round of applause real quick for Colston Loveland, because my man was out there balling. He was balling. All right. Play action pass to the ends, to each sideline, fucking balling, catching. He did drop a couple, but it's all right. We'll forgive him. Let's see. we were down 21-6. Caleb did have a horrible pick. We were within field goal range at that time. Sorry, I'm just reading my notes. At one point in time, let's see. I can't even read my own handwriting or typing. Josh Jacobs almost had that. He had that fumble, which was, I don't know, maybe the Packers do that often, but Josh Jacobs in the backfield running the on a kick return. Not really sure why he was there.
I think somebody was
that.
hurt.
Okay. But I mean, I enjoyed it. I mean, our kicker got into the mix of it. He is the one that kind of stopped him, and then our other player knocked the ball out. Fucking great. At one point in time, we're 4% chance to win the entire game. 4% chance. And my man, the Iceman, did you see the meme already? They're replacing the Iceman jump where he's throwing the ball in the fourth quarter and he has his legs like this and he's replacing it with the Jordan sign. Dude, it was a spectacular fucking play. I didn't think. I mean, he threw it in triple coverage. Like there's one guy in front of him, on the side of him, and the back of him. It was wild that he caught that ball, and it was like overall a great fucking play. Let me see. Great pump fake at the end where Caleb threw the last touchdown to DJ Moore. Threw him a little pump fake. The secondary bid on it, and fucking DJ Moore was wide open, right? Now Golden, the Packers, the wide receiver. Now I'm not gonna lie, dude's a stud. I mean, I know he was injured for majority of the year, or he was injured on and off, but he's gonna be a great receiver. Christian Watson has always been an issue for us. He's just a big receiver, so whatever. Dude, those penalties at the end for the Packers killed them. They're like 2nd and 10. They got a delay start, or false start, sorry. And then they did it again on 3rd, and they made him 3rd and 15. That's when Jordan Love went to go throw that ball, which he was getting pressure finally from the defensive line, and he couldn't make the same throw Caleb can make, off balance throw. He just can't do that type of shit. So, obviously, we batted down the ball. I thought they were going to intercept it. They didn't. But overall, dude, when we were watching this game, it was 9-day difference. Like the previous games, first half, me and the guys, my wife was watching it with us. Our demeanor was just down and out. Like, what the fuck? And the next thing we know, we're just coming back little by little, coming back. And we need this to happen. We need this to happen. And it fucking happened. And it was fucking amazing to watch. And I can't wait to watch the next fucking game. That being said, I hear a lot of bullshit talk from the Packer fans. Oh, Ben Johnson said fuck the Packers. Oh, Ben Johnson this. Oh, great sportsmanship. What happened when Aaron Rodgers was doing discount double check and saying he owns the Bears? We're playing football, for God's sakes. Come on, man. We can't have that bullshit. So with that being said, stop bitching. All right? I don't want to hear any more of that shit. For the next several years to come, the Bears and the Packers will have a great set of games, and I'm sure the Bears will lose some, and I'm sure the Packers will lose some. And when we lose, you can throw it in our face, but for the last X amount of years, I've always had Packers fans come to me, talk shit, send me text messages, all the bullshit that me and you do. And we finally proved a point this season, and we're on top. So to that, like D-Generation X said, suck it. You can have the floor now.
Oh, that was hilarious. It was funny because I sent you a meme, and I don't know if you remember it, but it was a meme of a Bears fan, me in the first half, and then me in the second half.
Yeah.
And it was that thing of Adam Sandler. And I forget what movie that is. I think it might be Wedding Singer. But he's literally like saying,
yeah,
like,
he's the Wedding Singer.
Somebody kill me, please, or what is he saying in that meme or something like that? Basically talking about how he hates his life and how he wants to end it or whatever. And that's how I pictured all Bears fans in the first half. And it's funny because all of my group texts with you Bears fans were so quiet. I mean, it was
We were
fucking
watching the game.
no, 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 no. It
No,
was crickets.
truth
But
be told, I mean, I had people in front of me, so I wasn't on my phone at all.
yeah, but you never fail when the Bears are playing well to text after every touchdown, every big play, every turnover. I mean, this man blows up the group text. And it's not just one, it's usually like 3 or 4 that he texts in, and they were all crickets. All of them are fucking crickets because the Bears were getting their ass handled. And as much as I want to say it was Caleb Williams that didn't play well in the first half, I actually can't. And I actually texted us in one of the groups when some of your family was talking. Ben Johnson's play calling was terrible.
Yeah,
His
he got
play
outcoached.
calling for the first 3 quarters, let's be honest, it was the first 3 quarters, basically. It was terrible. They were forcing everything down the field. They did not play Bears football. The running game was not there. It didn't look like Swift had even touched the ball very much at all. Like he wasn't being influential on making the defense work. So their defense was like very, very aggro on your wide receivers. So they were trying to jump routes. They were trying to, and that's what contributed to some of those interceptions, because you guys were trying to force everything down the field and force everything in tight spots that it was just so predictable. You guys were losing the game because of that, and it was bad. And in all the 4th down tries, like, yes, you're in a game. He had no trust in your defense. Like, there's no way you should be going for 4th downs that often. And it's not like it was 4th and 1, 4th and 2. Like, you guys are in 4th and 6, 4th and, 9. I think you guys went for, stupid 4th down calls that it was just like he was so out of sorts in his play calling that it was like, I don't know how you guys came back. I
Yeah,
really don't.
We were 2 and 6 in 4th down efficiency.
Right, and the Packers truly just fucking fell apart. Truly fell apart. And I don't understand. Yes, there was amazing plays. The play, yes. There, you want your clap? There's the clap for the fucking throw by Caleb Williams. That was an amazing throw. He was triple coverage. Probably should have never fucking caught the ball. And come on, where else was the guy gonna throw the ball at that point? Because nobody else was. I don't understand how some of that happened, or I really don't.
Neither do we.
It makes no fucking sense. It should have never happened, by all means. But this is
This is our
what I
season.
talked
This
about.
is what we've been doing all year.
It has, but it's like it's crazy because it's not. It didn't take just you guys playing well in the 4th quarter to come back, right? It had to take a complete downfall and the Packers to completely just fall apart.
It was honestly, it happened at the very end of the 2nd quarter when they got the ball back. The 2nd quarter, we only had Packers had maybe 45 seconds or so. I don't quote me on that, but something like 45 seconds. They went for a field goal at the very end, the very last at 32 seconds. They went for a field goal. They missed it. After that, we got them down. We 3 and out punt, 3 and out punt, 3 and out punt, 3 and out punt. That's in the 4th quarter. And meantime, we're scoring a couple points here and there, 2 field goals, a touchdown, and then they scored a touchdown. That's touchdown that when they went up 27-16. Oh, it broke my heart because I thought we were at 21-16. They went up 27-16, and we only had 3 minutes and 32 seconds left.
Yeah. I'll be honest. When you guys got to 21-16, and then they came back and scored the touchdown in the 4th quarter, and it was 27-16. I came so close to sending you a nail in a coffin, being like, that's the nail in your guys' coffin. But something told me not to. Because I'm just like, you know what?
You know what?
I don't trust the fucking Packers right now. I don't, because I'd seen you guys do this. I had seen the Packers fall apart, and something told me, nope, don't talk shit, because I don't know, like I just didn't want to. And sure fucking enough, next you guys go 10 fucking plays for a touchdown, and then they miss a fucking field goal. And then it's like, there's no fucking way they're gonna give Caleb the ball to go win this and have their storybook fucking ending to beat the Packers. It just, I mean, really, it was set up as a storybook ending, and you guys fucking won. And truth be told, we'll look at the picks or whatever. I did pick the fucking Packers in this game. I told you I was going back and forth on it, and I felt real good about my pick for three fucking quarters, man. But it was, even when we talked, I was like, what's gonna happen? Because we've seen this shit, and I slowly just started seeing the Packers fall apart. I'm like, don't fucking tell me they're gonna do this shit again. And I mean, to be honest with you, my gut told me to pick the Bears. I wanted to pick the Bears to win this game, but for podcast purposes and for our friendship purposes, and I knew in that group chat or in the pick'ems, there's so many fucking Bears fans in there that none of you guys were gonna pick the fucking Packers, right? So I had to pick the Packers purely because if they did win, did win, I wanted to be able to throw it in your guys' faces, and I wanted to be like, yeah, I'm the only one that fucking picked them. It didn't happen. They lost. They fucking suck. They fell apart. They deserve to be losers. Any fan that is bitching about the fact that a Bears fan is talking shit, fucking grow a pair of balls, because you're a bitch, and take that L, because they deserve that win. You fell apart and fucking gave it to them. So the only people you should be bitching at is your fucking team, who is trash for actually falling apart that bad and letting them come back and win. Period.
Dude, honestly, I think you just gotta do what we're all doing over here. You just gotta bear leave. Just gotta bear leave. It doesn't sound right. I'm trying to mix it with believe, but it's just not mixing. Bear leave. You just gotta you gotta bear leave.
Terrible. You literally just made me cough. This guy was trying so hard with this bear leave. Get the fuck out of here. That was terrible. That should be the name of the podcast this week. You gotta bear leave, and then just
bear leave, baby.
Terrible.
Bear leave.
Terrible.
No, I mean, again, they would have had, what's 6 plus 7?
Stupid. Don't tell me you're trying to make a 6-7 joke. Like, what is going on right now?
Sorry. All right. No, but I feel like those two field goals played an end factor, and then those penalties at the end. It was just overall, like, again, we were just like, when we're watching it, and I actually have the video I need to post, which is like, we just need this to happen. We just need this to happen. But what was really deflating was that last touchdown. But then somehow,
yeah, the missed field goal gave you guys life.
Yeah.
The missed field goal gave you guys life, because that was no points, plus better field position, plus no kickoff. Like, it was just like they handed you a golden ball and said, go and fucking get it, because we suck ass. I like, terrible.
Another guy in the hot seat. Another guy supposedly on the hot seat, but I'm hearing that mate calm down. Is what's it? LeFleur.
I hate that name. So stupid.
It reminds me of the Minions. One of the enemies or whatever, bad guys, is called LeFleur.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, and low key too is I always forget. I don't know if you're. I hate the Packers too, right? Like, Packers have been a thorn in the Cowboys' side. Anytime we do make the fucking playoffs, they're always there to beat us, and in some stupid ass fucking way. Especially when they beat us, and when Dez caught it. Dez caught it, by the way. Dez fucking caught it. Or anybody knows, Dez fucking caught it. Fuck the Packers for life. I hate those assholes. I only rooted for him again in this instance because they were going against the Bears, and why not? But fuck the Packers, and I'm glad they did that. So yeah, again, referencing Tony Signs, stop your bitching. You got bitch slapped, you bitches.
All right, let's go to the next game, because I'm excited to talk about the Bears' next opponent. Rams, Panthers. I mean, the Rams couldn't stop. They couldn't stop Jalen Coker, 134 yards for a TD. I mean, again, I think obviously Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams are great receivers, so they're definitely going to be an issue for the Bears. But Matthew Stafford threw for 304 yards for 3 TDs. Yeah, I mean, it was a great. I mean, Panthers are winning
Mm-hmm.
for up until what, the third quarter or the fourth quarter. So
Yeah. They had to pull the Bears and win it on their final drive. They won it on their final drive with the touchdown. It was funny. There was a quote from Stafford where he was like, I guess he stood in their huddle, let's go, basically like, let's go rip their hearts out or some shit like that. Like just some cold shit from their QB, and all the team just jumped on board. Yeah, but I mean, granted, the Rams were predicted to win this game by 10.5 points. I never thought they were going to win it by 10.5 points. There was always a chance, but the Panthers.
No,
had beat
I'm pretty
them.
sure. I'm pretty sure you wanted the 10.5.
No, if you go back to the podcast, I had said that I didn't trust the 10.5, but then I talked this into it just for purposes of just bullshitting to take it. But if you look at our picks, I took the Panthers. I was always on the Panthers at plus 10.5, just because they had already beat the Rams, and something told me that it was going to be closer than it was. Granted, I didn't think the Panthers were going to be leading in this into the fourth quarter, where the Rams were going to have to come back. Sure as hell didn't think that was going to have to happen, but it did, and the Rams did what they had to do.
So you're saying you're saying for podcast purposes you picked, what would you pick?
So if you look at my picks from my own picks, I picked the Panthers. But I talked us into taking the Rams on our picks. Okay. I did 100%. Okay. Yeah, I talked us into. I was like, because we were gonna take the Carolina, and then I was like, nah, you know what? Fuck that. Let's just go with the Rams. Like, they're a better team. They're just gonna blow these guys out. Da 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 da. So I talked us into taking the Rams. So that was our only loss last week, unfortunately. Because again, that was my fault. I talked us into it, but I'll take that L. I did. But on my own picks, I 100% always thought Carolina was going to stay within 10.5.
I don't really have much to say about this game. I mean, obviously, again, the receivers are going to give us issues, but I have some talking points later on. Let's go to the next one.
Bills Jags.
Bills Jags, dude, they couldn't stop the run.
Yeah,
they couldn't stop the run for shit. Again, I don't know. Josh Allen has a couple injured players going into next week. I mean, it's really just a one-man band over there. Like, this guy is just balling out.
I mean, honestly, he's playing good, but he didn't have like a crazy game by any means. Like, it wasn't like a crazy Josh Allen game. I mean, yes, he had his 2 rushing touchdowns. Like, that's Josh Allen-esque. But he only had 270 yards passing. It was a relatively close game. Jacksonville played great in the game. It's just the Bills did what they had to do in the end of the game in order to get the win. I mean, Trevor Lawrence did throw 2 interceptions, which obviously was costly for them.
Yeah.
Parker Washington was he. I mean, they couldn't stop the guy. They probably should have thrown the ball more to him, to be honest, because I mean, he had 7 receptions for 170 yards and a touchdown. But crazy enough, though, there's a clip very early in the game where Parker Washington, like, he got hit and he went down to the ground very hard, and he kind of got up and went back down, like very concussion-esque symptoms, right? But they never reviewed this guy. Like, they never sent him to the blue tent, and I don't know why or who failed, but I'm almost positive, like, if you look at that clip and go find it, that fucker had a concussion. He might have played through it, or a slight concussion. He might have played through, but he was shook up pretty bad.
Still, I think in the beginning of the podcast, I picked the Bills to go to be the AFC winner, and I'm gonna go with that still. I like their chances going forward, even with a banged up wide receiver core. I mean,
Yeah.
he's just throwing. I mean, he's just throwing to anybody, really. I mean, Khalil Shakir. I don't even. I think he might be. Is he injured? Did he get injured? No.
I think he got like a little shook up towards the end, but he didn't get injured. The sleeper pickup, and I don't know if you saw this, but they picked up Brandon Cooks late in the season, like in November or some shit. And Brandon Cooks caught some pretty nice passes in that game. And
Yeah, he did have 58 yards. I
he's a
mean, one of them
sleeper
was
wide
36.
receiver, man. He's good.
Yeah,
Oh, Gabe Davis. Gabe Davis got hurt. He tore an ACL. That's who got hurt, is Gabe Davis.
yeah.
But Gabe
Okay.
Davis is not one of their. I mean, he has decent games here and there, but he's not one of their number ones. I mean, they're truly it's truly been Shakir and Coleman, and then their two tight ends in Knox and Kincaid. That's their like core go to receiving people. But like I mean, Buffalo's always been a notorious team of like not having a true number one wide receiver. They kind of just plug and play in everybody and get people with decent hands to run. Like they get solid route runners. They don't get the guys that you know, like they don't go get like a Devontae Adams. They don't go get these guys that are gonna make these you know, crazy George Pickens type jump passes. They're gonna get solid route running wide receivers who can catch the ball. You know, your those type of guys, and that's what they have, and they just do what they do.
I feel like they have a bunch of slot receivers.
Yeah,
They're just made up of all slot receivers.
truly. And then you know they get anywhere close, and then Josh Allen being a big guy who's basically you know just not afraid to run the ball, just running in touchdowns like crazy. It's wild. I mean, it's working for him.
What do you think about the Jags overall season? I feel like we just got duped. I feel like maybe they just played a weaker. Division.
I don't. I think they're a solid team. I think they got a lot better when they picked up Jacoby Myers. I think they just struggled offensively a little bit.
I think this was a Colts. This was a Colts year to win it if what's his name didn't go down. I mean, they're doing pretty hot. I mean, they lost 7 in a row in their last 10 games.
Yeah. They did fall apart a little bit towards the end, right before he got hurt too. They had lost a few with him. I don't know. I think the Jags had a great season, man. I don't know if you saw, and I sent you the clip of in the press conference, the older lady giving props to the coach and whatnot. I thought that was cool, man. I genuinely think that like a lot of times in sports, especially in media, there's so much negativity coming from the fans, coming from media and all that stuff like that. It's always so much focus on the negatives of like what went wrong, how it went wrong, who we should get rid of, who should get fired, this and that. And it's like sometimes
is this your last day?
Yeah,
how do you feel?
Like it's just
like,
like everybody's always on the damn hot seat, and it's like, dude, I give them credit where credit's due. The Jags had a great fucking season. You can question the legitimacy of it based on the teams that they played, but at the same like Mark, right? Like the same thing you argued for the Bears, like they beat the teams they were supposed to do it, right or wrong, or bad or good. They fucking beat them, and they won when they're supposed to win and beat those. So give them credit with the season that they had and got where they did. They were very close to beating the Buffalo Bills. You know, they lost by 3 points, and they were still there at the end. And it was, I thought it was kind of cool to see her in media, like literally kind of give the coaches kudos and give them support and like that reinforcement. I don't know. I thought it was dope. I think we need a little bit more of that in media.
There's a bunch of media outlets that were like not pissed, or like maybe journalists that were just like had like tweets, like stupid ass tweets of like, you had this X amount of time. This isn't what this is here for. We're actually trying to do a job and report on the game or something like that to that effect.
Because
like,
they're haters, and all they want to do is find headlines to post on their stupid ass, things to get people to read them. And it's like, she had her moment. She let her say what the hell she wants to say. Who cares if it's not for your fucking headline?
Yeah, no, I agree. Next game was 49ers Eagles. I mean, I'm sure you're pretty fucking happy about the Eagles losing. What's his name got fired?
Fuck the Eagles. Fuck the Eagles. Damn right I was happy about that. I can't stand the Eagles. We'll always be an Eagle hater. That's our biggest rival with the Cowboys, so 100%. Funny enough, as I hate the Niners too. I've never been a Niner fan. It's just kind of always been a somewhat Cowboy rivalry as well. Um, but they were favored by 4.5 and ended up losing the game. But yeah,
Dude,
I know a lot of you
age,
Bears fans were wanting the Eagles to win though, because we had a conversation before the game, and you
yeah,
guys all wanted the Eagles.
I wanted to face the Eagles, but I'm okay with the Rams. We're gonna defeat them anyways. AJ Brown had a couple. I mean, what he had a little spat with what's his name and the
Hmm.
sideline, and then he comes in, doesn't get the ball for a while. And then gets the ball thrown to him. He drops it. A lot of
He had
Eagles fans are
several
calling.
drops.
A lot of Eagles fans are calling for him to leave. Um, Jalen Hurts. I mean, I don't know. He didn't have a great game. 20 for 35 for 168 yards and a touchdown. Saquon almost got injured. I thought he was injured, but he ended up, um, walking it off, rubbing it off. Pause. For 26 carries for 106 yards. But yeah, it was. I thought it was going to be a little bit more of a. I thought it was going to be a higher scoring game for sure, but I didn't think the 49ers were going to win.
Um, I thought I didn't think it would be that much higher scoring. I did think it was going to be a little bit of a defensive game, because Eagles do have a pretty solid defense. I mean, they have some pretty solid DBs that I think are underrated, like Cooper DeJean and I think
Yeah,
Mitchell. They have a pretty good secondary, and I think their D line has taken a step back, and I think that contributed to some of their season. But yeah,
They lost George. They lost George Kittle going into the next game. I mean, obviously he tore his
the
AC.
Niners, yeah,
Yeah. So I mean,
that's a
just
big
like
hit for them.
yeah, for
But
sure. It's
but
like Nico
they also
Collins.
played a lot without George Kittle this year. I think that they are more set. Tongus is obviously not George Kittle, but he is a capable tight end. He can catch the ball. He's shown, and I think they have trust in him to do what they need to. Obviously, there's some things that they won't play because Kittle's just better equipped to handle those plays going into the next thing. But I don't think it makes a difference anyways. I think they lose to the Seahawks. Not that I want to jump ahead yet, but I don't think it'll make a difference. And Jalen Hurts is just trash. He's to me, I really don't think he's a great quarterback. Going back to this game too, um, he if you look at a lot of like if you watch a lot of their games, his he's just not a good quarterback. I really don't think he's a good quarterback. I think they're gonna try to put a lot of blame on the offensive coordinator this year. Um,
Well,
he's
it's like
already
it's. I'm trying to look at the. I can't remember where I saw it, but it's like the past 11 years he's had like 11 different OCs or out of 13 years or whatever X amount of years, he's had like almost like 90% of the time it's a new offense coordinator.
yeah, and it's like okay, yes, you want consistency with the offense, but at the same time, all those offensive coordinators aren't terrible. You know what I mean? Like there's a core to make
Yeah,
problems or
I
different things, and I don't
yeah.
know.
So look.
My point
He's
is
had
Hurts is
one, two,
terrible.
three, four.
Last year, Saquon Barkley carried the team, literally carried the team, and everybody was so worried about Barkley in every single game that Hurts was able to just lob the balls up to and make crazy throws to Devontae Smith and AJ Brown because they were so focused on Barkley, and Barkley hasn't been the same player this year. He's been okay, but he hasn't been great, and they struggled when he doesn't play well because
They had
Jalen Hurts is not that great. He's
they had a pretty good defense. They could have gone back to back. Definitely. I mean, not a great firing, but I mean, well, it is if you're a Philly fan, but uh, I don't know. Like it was a horrible offensive year for them. In the last since 2020, he's had 6 if you include 2021, where he had Nick Sirianni and Shane Steichen for that year. So, I mean, he's gone through plenty of OCs in his NFL career so far.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to Chargers Patriots. I mean, I think we called it.
I didn't think it would be this bad.
Offensive line was just, they had to invest in that offensive line.
And the hard part is they actually did. They invested quite a bit into 2 tackles, a right and left tackle, but both of the tackles got hurt early in the season, were out for majority of the year. So it really just kind of set them back for the entire season. Which, you know, that was a struggle all year, right? Like, but they still ended up 11-6. So they found a way to get through it. It was just, and in the first half, and I don't know if you watched the game, but in the first half, it wasn't as if the Patriots were dominating them at the line of scrimmage or really, you know, sacking him and like they had a lot of opportunities, but Herbert just didn't play well in the first half. So I don't know. I really didn't expect this to be such a low scoring game. I figured the Chargers would put up some points. I did think the Patriots would win, but yeah, this was a little, I was very surprised by this for sure.
I misspoke. Yeah, earlier I said Steelers was a dud, or I can't remember now what I said, but essentially it was a dud until the end, to the very end when they made all those turnovers. But this was definitely the dud of the weekend.
Yeah, I think everybody expected more from both teams. The first half of this game was just absolutely terrible, and then you know the Patriots put a little bit on in the second half, but it was still very, very boring.
Let's switch over. We talked about every single game so far. One last question to finish off this wild card round. Of all the losing teams, who has the best potential going? Who has the best outlook? Panthers, Packers, and taking consideration like their division and basically kind of doing it over again. Getting to this point, Panthers, Packers, Jags, Eagles, Chargers, or Steelers.
Oh, that's I would probably say man, that's kind of hard. I don't know if I'm completely sold on the Jags. I want to say the Jags. Sadly, probably the Eagles. Depending on what happens on that team, I want to say the Eagles probably have the best chance. And the reason why I'm saying that, and I hate to say this, I really do, and it's because of the division. Because our division is weak right now. The Giants are terrible. They're rebuilding. The Commanders are terrible. The Cowboys, I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen with us. I mean, my hope is next year as we make some changes on the defense, and I think our offense is good, and we're gonna compete and go take this division next year. But if you're gonna go one-on-one team in a division with somebody that can repeat, and we don't know what's gonna happen necessarily with the Eagles and who they bring back, I think they have a best chance most likely.
Yeah, it wasn't until I was gonna say the Packers, but it wasn't until you said the division. Yeah, for sure.
I look at the Packers division and it's a little bit more competitive right now than our division, right? Like you guys are playing well. The Lions are still good. They're gonna get back to being who the Lions are. So it's more competitive in the division than the Eagles division, and that's the only reason why I would say that.
Gotcha. Okay. So I'm going to ask you, do you want to go to our pick'ems or do you want to go to the voicemails?
Well, I think voicemails pertain to this week, so let's hear some fucking voicemails. Shout out to the people who left those voicemails, man, because we love them.
All right, here we go. First one. Oh, hold on. Oh, there we go. All right, here we go.
Fucking bear down, baby, bear down. Let's go. We are back here at a Saturday night, 11 and 3 We're ready to play next week. Victor Tony Moreno. Bad day to be a cheesehead. Hey! We're fucking Cowboys fans. I'm sorry, Dan. Nick, what a, he's cool. It's cool. Well, shit, but God damn it, cat. I gotta get him like a Bears jersey or something. Victor, well, what happens when the Bears are winning? Is it not badass? Bear down. Bear down, bitches. All right, brother. Love you. You guys are doing great things with your podcast. Keep going, but let's go. We'll catch you on the flip side, my boy.
All right, there goes one.
That's
Any
hilarious.
thoughts?
Fuck you guys.
All right, here goes another one.
I
don't know
already
who
got
this-
a taste of that when he joined our Discord on after the game. Shit was hilarious.
All right, let's go to this one.
What?
What the hell is this? Hold on, please. What the fuck? I don't know what this is. Hold on, let's give it a try again. There's something. Hold on. I have no idea what that is. All right.
Oh shit, that's funny.
All right, hold on. Let me play the first part again. Let me see.
What?
Okay, I have no idea what happened there, but thanks for the voicemail.
Oh right, and that's what happens when you listen to podcast live on air. Where obviously you could edit that out, but we won't because it's just funny.
No.
But yeah, love the email, Adrian. Man, these guys. You know what? Go ahead, buy me a fucking a Bears jersey just so I can fucking throw it in a trash can live on the podcast for you guys. Okay? Never gonna convert to a Bears fan. All right? Never gonna happen. Cowboys for life. It's funny. Adrian was trying to give me shit saying that I'm what was he saying? That I don't trying to say I don't ride or die for my Cowboys or some shit like that on here, and man, kiss my ass, boy. I've been a diehard Cowboys fan all my life. So I was 5 years old. You could ask my dad. Fell in love with the Cowboys. I'll never fucking change, brother. And y'all can kiss my ass and talk your shit if you want to, but Cowboys all day.
All right. That being said, let's move to our picks. Let me share my screen real quick. Should have had this done earlier, dummy. All right. So our picks this week or last week was that Rams. You told us to take 10.5 to make it interesting. Dumbass pick. Green Bay, Chicago covered. We've got Buffalo, Jacksonville. We got all the other games. So we went 5 and 6. All right.
5 and 1.
5 and 1. Sorry. Yep, you're right. Let me check. Let me see who group picks. So we had a bunch of people enter. Miggy. Shout out to Miggy and shout out to Miggy, myself, and Jose for the being on top of the leaderboard this past week. Second place was you, the pod picks, Mitty, Goozy, and then everybody else just kind of didn't know what they were doing. The Mush, my uncle, Cheeto 4, Stumpy got 4. What a loser!
Trash.
He took the Jacksonville and he took the Chargers.
I'm really surprised he took the Chargers. Like, I don't really see where people even thought, honestly, the Chargers had a chance in that game. I really never saw it.
My dad took the Rams. He took Chicago. He took Jacksonville, San Francisco. He took the Chargers as well, and Houston.
Which one's your dad?
Swinging my big dick. I don't even have to confirm this. I haven't even talked to him about his picks. I just know the way he titles his names is that's how he does it. My God, Hugo, what the hell, dude? One, he got the Bears right, and that's because he's a Bears fan. And then Lot Lizard.
So shout out to my dad. If you don't know, that's actually my dad at the bottom. Lolly
Yo, that's
Granted,
wild.
that's my dad bringing it up the rear, but
Oh my god.
he, granted, my dad doesn't watch football. He doesn't know shit about shit, to be honest. He literally just likes getting invited to like do things
Be a
football
part of it.
related. Yeah, he
Yeah.
likes being included. He's never really been an avid watcher or anything. He's a big Charger fan. He's been one all his life. So hence why he took the Chargers. And somehow he managed to pick every game absolutely wrong, which is hilarious. That's
It's fucking
so
hilarious.
funny. Yeah, and
I've
if
to
you're
text
wondering
him.
why his name is Lot Lizard, that's a whole nother story. It's a nickname joke that we've given him, so he likes to
'Cause he's-
run with it.
It's because he's so short to the ground. He's a
Mm,
little lizard and hangs out in these
no.
parking lots.
that ain't why, but yeah.
I know his dad, so that's why I'm talking shit.
Oh yeah, no, he
All
would
right.
love it. He would love it.
All right. This week, let's get into it. Buffalo, Denver. Buffalo is -1. Um, I'm like I said earlier, I'm taking the Bills all the way for the AFC. Although they have a depleted, Gabe Davis being out, I feel like somebody else. I feel like somebody else is out. I can't remember who it is, but I feel like it doesn't have the elite wide receivers that a potential somebody with like Josh Allen as a QB should have. And that being said, I'm gonna take Buffalo. I know they are at Denver. I mean, Mile High Stadium is a great stadium apparently. But I'm taking Josh Allen over Bo Nix.
Yeah, I don't. The problem is for me is I don't trust Denver. I don't. Denver's had a great season. They do have a good defense. Um, and honestly, this may be that sleeper pick that a lot of people are going to get fucked over on this week because they don't trust Denver. I really do. I think this is going to be like one of those ones that is going to be highly taken because people have more trust and they think it's Buffalo's year, and nobody really trusts Denver. So like my gut tells me, if you're a betting person and you want that chance of hitting that parlay or something, like go Denver because it's just one of those sleeper games. But I'm taking Buffalo as well. I just think, just like what I said, I think you kind of just maybe it's Josh Allen's year. They're a good team. They've been here before. I don't necessarily trust Bo Nix and what they're gonna do, and my hope is honestly that Buffalo just goes in and beats them.
That one, Seattle, San Francisco. We have, or not we, but line is at 7.5 for Seattle. Yeah, God, I'm a little tough. I would take Seattle on the points.
Yeah, the points are a little interesting. I think they actually set a really good line here because I do think Seattle wins this. I just it's just, does Frisco stay close? Do they have enough in them to stay within that touchdown? And I just
So my dilemma here is like, do you trust, what QB do you trust more?
honestly, I think they're very equal to me. I don't really think necessarily that Sam Darnold's better than Purdy. I really don't. I think they're both just kind of mediocre
I feel like Sam
quarterbacks.
Darnold. I just feel like he turns over the ball a little bit more than what's his name?
Brock Purdy makes some. I mean, Brock Purdy has some very questionable throws in games that, he makes some very questionable throws and interceptions, like
The
ugly
public
ones.
public's going to 49ers at 62%. So
Yeah,
that's
I personally think Seattle wins this, and my gut always tells me if you go with the team that you think is gonna win, the game, and I gotta take Seattle on this.
Seattle in the points.
Yep.
Okay. New England, Houston at New England. New England minus 2.5. I'm taking my boy Drake May all day. I like the way the Patriots are playing right now, and they're. Oh, hold on. Go ahead, talk it out. I'm gonna give you a stat.
So this is a complete gut call for me. And I get why people are going to be on New England. I understand. They're going to be playing at home. New England has been playing well. Dude, I just have this feeling that Houston is going to win this game. I truly do. I think that Houston is going to win this game. I love Houston's defense. I mean, that defense is next level. And granted, May has had a good season. He's still a very young quarterback that's going to be susceptible to, mistakes. And this defense is pounced on mistakes all year long. And I think Houston wins this game. So we're opposite ends on that one. But we're gonna be opposite ends on the next one is too, baby, because I'm gonna jump to it and I'm gonna tell you I'm taking the fucking Rams. I think the Rams are and here's my reason why. I don't think you guys can stop the Rams offense. I truly don't. They have a great running game. You guys have been getting eaten up consistently by wide receivers, and Puka Nacua has not been stopped by a single defense this year. There's not a defense in the league that has been able to truly stop this guy. You have Devontae Adams back playing at 100%. Their tight ends have been playing well. Like, that offense is on all cylinders. They are not going to fall apart like the Packers did last week. They're not going to pull that bullshit. Are you guys going to be able to score points on them as well? Absolutely. You guys are going to score some points on them because the Rams don't have a phenomenal defense. They have a decent defense, but I don't think you guys can keep up with them scoring wise. So in my opinion, the Rams are going to win this game. It's going to be a high scoring game in the 30s again, like against the Panthers, and they're going to come out on top.
Well, they'll need a new QB to do that because Matthew Stafford is 1-8 in cold-related games. His passer rating is 76. His completion rate is 54.6. He has only 14 TDs and he's thrown 11 interceptions. Now we all know Caleb Williams don't throw interceptions. He doesn't turn over the ball. He throws it away, but he doesn't get intercepted.
What do you mean he had 2 interceptions in the last game?
Okay. Yes, this past game, but overall, I'm talking about the entire season. All right,
come on, interceptions. He's one of the most inconsistent. He's one of the most.
They're about to come. They're about to come to a city that's about to have either if not the coldest game of the year or the second coldest, because the other first game who was playing in that game, the Bears. They're not gonna. They don't know how to play in the cold. All right. I'm not going to say we're not going to give up points to Puka Nacua. We'll stop Devontae Adams, but Puka Nacua will go off probably. We'll bend, but we won't break. All right. We'll figure a way out to come out of this as a winner. All right. Let me see. Oh, I had New England stats pulled up, but we already passed that. And then also, I mean, I think we did lose a linebacker, so that does hurt us a little bit. That does hurt
Edmonds?
us, but yeah, that is kind of sad to see, but it is what it is. But no, I think the Bears have a very great chance here to make some magic happen, and I I think it can happen. The Rams special teams isn't that great. You act like the Rams have like one of the best defenses ever.
I didn't say that. No, I said you guys are going to score points on them. I said they're susceptible to points.
And when you're done licking them from the behind, and when we win next week or this upcoming weekend, next week I want you to apologize to me.
I'm not apologizing for nothing.
And all the Bears fans.
Absolutely not. I ain't apologizing to shit. There's no way in hell you think that I was not going to take an LA-based fucking team. And to those who don't know, I live in California. There's no way in fucking hell I wasn't taking an LA-based team versus the Bears this week, regardless of what that line is. And in this point, I still think, and I've told you this weeks ago, that the Rams were my pick to go to the Super Bowl out of the NFC. Granted, Seattle has like turned a corner and been playing phenomenal since I think I said that, because they beat the Rams that week and kind of just went on a tear since then. However, I think to me it's destined that it's going to be Seattle versus the Rams again in the NFC Championship. I'm still sticking with that. I think the Rams will beat you guys this week.
We didn't get a turnover this past week, but I think this week we were close, but I think this week we redeem ourselves and show why we're number one in turnover, getting turnovers. I can't remember what I was going to say now, but yeah, that's about it.
So yeah, I mean, we're definitely torn this week. I think we're gonna have to agree on two and decide.
We already did. It's over, but we still got tiebreakers. So a tiebreaker.
Wait, what do you mean? We already agree. I picked for the last
Buffalo.
2 games.
We picked Buffalo
for the last 2 games. I picked Houston and the Rams, and you chose New England and Chicago.
Oh, gotcha. Well, I'm sticking with. No way you're gonna take the Chicago out. All right. What about Seattle? What about Seattle, San Francisco?
I know I'm Seattle on that 100%. So you're gonna have to bump that one
Buffalo
over
or Denver. Denver.
Staying with Buffalo. You're gonna have to bump that one.
No, I stay Buffalo too. All right. Can't wait till next week when you don't have a game.
That's all right. It's a gut pick, and I like Houston in that. I'm going with their defense, and I think New England gets upset. It's dude, you can't pick fucking favorites every time. Like, come on. There's gonna be an upset, and
you're telling me this after the X amount of weeks of NFL right now that we just had.
Houston going into fucking New England and beating them, dude.
I'm gonna pull up the clip of So what? It's chalk. It's our picks. Blah 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 blah.
No, dude. I picked a lot of fucking underdogs this year.
Tiebreaker 1. Predict the score of the games. Rams and Chicago.
I mean, I already said I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think it's going to be, a 30s, 30, 35, 30, some type of shit like that. But you're going to have to actually pick this because you're the one that's going with Chicago. So, you swapped it. I'm 35-30 the opposite way. But, yeah.
Nope. I'm going with my thing. 28-24. All right. Houston at New England.
Like I said, I think Houston wins this game. I'm gonna throw out. Let's go 27-23, Houston.
Pick this one. Who will score the most points this week? We're gonna go with Chicago.
Nah, stop it.
It's my pick.
Well, how's that your pick?
Because we've been doing every other.
Get the fuck out of here.
We've been doing every other.
No, we did those because those were the games that we picked.
Listen,
Cole.
you could do who's scored the fewest points. You could put Chicago.
Chicago.
See? You do shit out of spite.
Because you picked the game. That should be agreements, not just an automatic pick because you're a Bears fan.
Let me play you the smallest little violin.
Yeah, okay. We're talking about me being biased or whatever. That's on you, you big old bitch. No, if you're going to go fewest points this week, I'm going to go Denver.
All right, some of these picks. I think that's it. UFC is next week. He's gonna be upset with me for the next week. UFC is next week, so we won't talk about that. A couple conspiracy things going on in Greenland right now. Just a little brief overview. We really don't want to. We're going there for the resources to get chips because we got a ship shortage. We're gonna use it for military equipment, but we'll go down that road later on. Anything else you want to talk about before we head out of here?
This guy jumped straight into conspiracy theories, and we hadn't even wrapped up any football shit. Like, damn.
Anything you got?
No, that's fine. You can jump into your conspiracy theory stuff if you had anything else. I don't care.
I think we should also look at like news articles. I should have. Well, we'll talk about that podcast. All right.
You been following NBA at all?
No.
Dang, the NBA guys not following the Bulls?
Dude, the Bears. I mean, there's just no time. Between Bears, Tarkov, and PJ 2K25, it's just crazy. All right, let's just end this now. We're just lollygagging at this point. We'll see you guys next week. Go Bears. Bear the fuck down. We're about to win, and Nick can suck my...
The Tony Tones world.